One of these 3 common nighttime habits may fully restore your urinary stream and shrink your swollen prostate in just a few days. But the other 2, they've been scientifically exposed as silent killers of men's health after age 50. That's because they directly attack the gland that controls your urine flow and sexual function, blocking your body's natural prostate receptors and triggering symptoms like constant dribbling, weak or slow stream, that never-ending bladder pressure, and increasingly weaker erections. Can you guess which of these habits is the key to restoring your manhood? And which 2 are quietly destroying it every night? I'll give you 10 seconds to decide. Meanwhile, I need to tell you a secret. The pharmaceutical industry has been hiding from you for years. They've kept you dependent on meds like tamsulosin and dutasteride. They've made you believe surgery is your only option. And they've sold you prescription after prescription, even though they know these drugs wreck your libido and kill your confidence. Well, today, I'm calling BS on all of it. And I'll show you exactly why these solutions are behind symptoms like struggling to pee normally, waking up 4-6 times a night, constant fatigue, no more desire or performance, and that awful feeling of never fully emptying your bladder. Here's the truth. A leaked internal study from Harvard Medical School recently revealed that the real root cause of an enlarged prostate and the rise in ED cases in men over 50 has nothing to do with age, testosterone, or diet. The real culprit is a harmless-looking nighttime habit that 9 out of 10 men repeat every evening before bed without even knowing it. If you don't stop doing this tonight, it's only a matter of time before your energy, your freedom, and your manhood are stripped away for good. But here's the good news. As scary as that sounds, you don't have to panic. Because in March 2023, a team from Johns Hopkins Institute, along with former military physicians, discovered a completely natural, unconventional method to stop this hidden habit from harming your prostate. And the best part? It takes less than 10 seconds and only requires a regular pillow, a pinch of Himalayan pink salt, and a glass of warm water. Yes, this strange little bedtime ritual is what thousands of men are now using to dramatically reduce prostate inflammation. Sleep through the night without urgent trips to the bathroom. Restore spontaneous erections, no pills, no shots, and finally feel like a man again. This protocol reactivates your body's natural prostate response, shrinking the gland and restoring full urine flow in just a matter of days. No surgery, no prescriptions, no side effects. Even better, it boosts circulation, metabolism, and energy so you can wake up fully rested. Lower blood pressure and cholesterol. Stop relying on bathroom maps everywhere you go. Bottom line, a pillow, a glass of warm water, in 10 seconds. That's all you need to reclaim your bladder, your power, and the life your prostate has been quietly stealing for years. No wonder a handful of urologists are already calling this the most important natural breakthrough in men's health in the last 50 years. In the past 4 months alone, over 12,000 American men have used this exact protocol and reversed some of their most frustrating prostate symptoms. And here's what's wild. They didn't waste money on meds, didn't change their diet. And most of them didn't even go back to their urologist. Now, it's your turn. In just a few minutes, I'll show you the step-by-step version of this powerful at-home method using ingredients you already have and a pillow just like the one on your bed. So if you are tired of waking up exhausted, bloated, and frustrated, feel ashamed of not being able to satisfy your partner, tried everything but still feel stuck with a weak stream and no answers, stop what you're doing and listen carefully to what I'm about to share, because in this short video presentation, you'll discover the 5 trusted prostate treatments making your symptoms worse and why one of them is the most prescribed in the US today, the hidden link between poor sleep and prostate swelling and why it's sending thousands of men into the operating room, and of course, the 10-second Himalayan salt bedtime trick that can restore your flow and reverse the swelling starting this week. But before we get into that, let me introduce myself and show you how you can start doing this tonight privately, safely, and with results you can feel.
Today on the show, I'm going to talk about a simple recipe made with Himalayan pink salt and 2 common household ingredients that has been surprising men over 45 who struggle with an enlarged prostate. The man behind this discovery is Dr. James Miller, my friend, and a men's health expert with over 30 years of experience who decided to share this formula after seeing impressive results in his patients, including men who used to wake up to 8 times a night just to pee. According to him, the secret lies in the balance of minerals and enzymes found in pink salt, combined with 2 ingredients that help the body relax and allow the bladder to empty more efficiently during the night. It may sound too simple, but the testimonials are getting attention. Hundreds of men report that they're finally sleeping through the night, feeling more energized, and even noticing improvements in performance.
I had been dealing with an enlarged prostate for over 15 years, always relying on meds full of side effects just to try and manage the symptoms, but those pills never really solved the issue. This pink salt recipe changed everything. Now I don't have to wake up every night to try and relieve myself.
Despite the promising results, Dr. Miller emphasizes that this is a natural solution and must be used correctly. Over 12,000 Americans have already tested and approved this recipe, and now to show you exactly how to prepare the pink salt trick at home, let's hear from Dr. James Miller, the man behind this incredible discovery. Take a look.
There's a massive investment from the pharmaceutical industry to make sure information like this never reaches you. Don't you find it strange that after so many years, medicine still hasn't found a way to reverse your prostate swelling? Well, the truth is, they already know the solution. They just just don't want you to find out. After all, a simple and affordable solution like the one I'm about to share with you wouldn't be profitable for an industry that's used to making billions year after year. Did you know that the best-selling prostate drug was discovered nearly 40 years ago? Why do you think it's still being sold today, even though it doesn't reduce the symptoms? There's something much bigger behind all of this. Researchers making millions of dollars just to keep secrets like this hidden. My advice to you, be careful, because what I'm about to share is a 100% natural solution made with pink salt and 2 other simple home ingredients, something this corrupt industry can't patent and therefore can't profit from. Men over the age of 45 have a high chance of developing prostate issues. This problem has existed for centuries, and you're not the first to suffer from weak flow. What I'm going to show you in the next few seconds is unlike anything you've ever seen before, because no one has ever told you the real cause of your prostate swelling. They've always told you it's just a part of aging, but the truth isn't quite like that. That's just what they want you to believe, so you stay trapped in their system for years, totally dependent on meds filled with side effects. Wealthy men millionaires already know about the pink salt mixture I'm about to show you. That's exactly how they keep their prostate health intact. What they don't want is for videos like this one to go viral, because they know the kind of impact it could have, and they know the pharmaceutical industry's profits would plummet. I discovered all of this after many years of experience as a urologist and researcher, and now you can reverse your prostate issues while you sleep, regardless of your age or current condition. Since this video first aired, there have been multiple attempts to take it down. But thanks to God and to my dedicated team, we've already reached around 181,000 men around the world who are now trying this solution. Keep watching this video and you'll hear from them directly how this simple mix of pink salt and 2 other ingredients has changed their lives. That's how they stopped waking up at night to go to the bathroom, and how they got their strong stream back in less than a month. This mixture is so powerful because it targets the root cause of the problem, shrinking your prostate naturally, safely, and effectively. So if you suffer from dribbling, weak stream, or have even been diagnosed with BPH, stop whatever you're doing and pay close attention to what I'm about to tell you, because in this video I'll teach you exactly how to make this mixture at home and start using it today. Remember, we're not talking about pills, surgery, ointments, creams, massages, or expensive treatment. And the best part, it works for men of all ages. It's a truly simple method. That feeling of never fully emptying your bladder, having to push with your abdomen only to release a few drops of urine, frequent trips to the bathroom in the middle of the night leading to stress and exhaustion during the day, lack of sexual desire, low performance in bed. You probably experience some or even all of these symptoms. What I'm about to show you may be shocking, but you have the right to know the truth and to reverse this situation before it gets worse. Today, at least half of all men over 50 already suffer from benign prostate enlargement, or BPH, and by the time they reach 80, up to 90% of men will develop this condition. In other words, it's practically unavoidable. Did you know that an enlarged prostate can worsen and lead some men to urinate blood? I know, it's scary to even imagine that happening. This condition is called hematuria. Severe and untreated cases of benign prostatic hyperplasia can lead to this alarming bleeding. Here's why. When the prostate enlarges, it causes changes in the anatomy of the pelvis, which triggers the formation of tiny varicose veins on the floor of the bladder, right where it connects to the urethra. At first, these veins are small and cause limited bleeding, but you need to address the root of the problem urgently before it gets to that stage, because these veins can grow so prominent that the bleeding becomes intense. In such cases, you could end up on an operating table with serious risks to your life. Now listen, whether you're in an advanced stage or not, the mixture I'm about to show you is capable of acting directly on your prostate swelling and reversing it for good. Every time I see patients who are already in this more advanced stage, they all tell me the same thing. They spent years dealing with the early symptoms: difficulty fully emptying the bladder, needing to push with the abdomen just to get out more than a few drops of urine, low libido, sudden trips to the bathroom in the middle of the night, and all the other symptoms you probably already know. Unfortunately, back when they were in the early phase, they hadn't heard about this special mixture, and instead relied on those chemical castration pills that, as they later realized, do nothing to reverse the condition. That's exactly why you need to know about this mixture. But first, do you really understand how your prostate anatomy works and what's behind all these frustrating symptoms. Your prostate is a gland that sits right below the bladder and wraps around the urinary canal, the urethra, like a ring. As the years go by, the prostate naturally increases in size and can swell both outward and inward, putting pressure on the urinary canal. And that's when the first symptoms begin. Let me ask you, when you urinate, do you feel like there's still urine left in your bladder? That's what we call incomplete bladder empty. Even if you push hard to urinate, you can't fully empty it. In other words, you just went to the bathroom, but there's still a significant amount of urine that won't come out. That leftover amount is called residual urine. The presence of that residual urine causes two key symptoms. First, the time between bathroom visits gets shorter. In other words, you start needing to urinate more often than usual. It's simple. If you leave the house, whether it's to meet friends, go to the store, or head to work and start wondering where the nearest bathroom is, I can guarantee you that's not normal. The bathroom shouldn't be something you have to worry about constantly. So if this is already affecting your quality of life, stay with me. I'm going to show you everything you need to do without even leaving your home to reverse this situation. The second symptom, you start urinating more often at night. This is what we call nocturia. But why does this happen? A healthy bladder can easily store up to half a liter of urine. That's why you're normally able to sleep through the night without waking up more than once to pee. But with a swollen prostate, your bladder can't even hold half of that. Its functional capacity becomes completely compromised, and that leads to all that exhaustion the next day, since you had to wake up 2, 3, or more times during the night to try to empty yourself. We're talking about a condition that, if left untreated, tends to get worse day after day. That's why I strongly recommend you watch this video until the end. You need to reverse the current swelling of your prostate, and more importantly, stop it from continuing to grow. Did you know that if your prostate keeps swelling every day, it can compress your urinary canal so much that it becomes completely impossible to urinate? In that case, your kidneys continue producing urine, which flows to the bladder until the bladder swells and swells and swells, and all that urine just can't come out. This condition is called acute urinary retention, and it's one of the most serious scenarios that can require some of the most aggressive interventions you can imagine for a man's health. I truly hope you take action on what I'm going to teach you in this video, so you never have to face the more severe consequences of an enlarged prostate that wasn't treated the right way at the right time. The mixture I'm about to show you, besides pink salt, includes two extremely common ingredients found throughout the US, from the Northeast to the Midwest. It's powerful because it works directly at the root of the problem, and unlike all the medications typically prescribed for BPH, this doesn't just mask the symptoms, it actually helps restore prostate health, gradually shrinking it back down to its healthy size, about the size of a walnut. Men from all across the United States have already started trying this mixture, and they're seeing results in just a few weeks. See for yourself.
Ever since I started doing this every night before bed, I've been able to completely empty my bladder when I go to the bathroom. No more leftover drips. I'm incredibly grateful to Dr. James because his method brought my prostate back to a healthy state. I never imagined something so simple could change everything so quickly. I'd been dealing with an enlarged prostate for over 15 years, always dependent on pills full of side effects, just to try to manage the symptoms. But those meds never really solved the issue. What Dr. James taught me changed everything. Now, I don't have to wake up every night trying to empty myself. I highly recommend Dr. James's video to any man over 40. It's absolutely worth watching.
I spent over 10 years with my prostate growing year after year. The symptoms kept getting worse, and I basically had to change my entire routine because of it. I always had to be near a bathroom, and I had pretty much accepted the fact that all my pants would smell like urine because the dribbling never stopped. None of the typical medications worked for me, and I know all too well about their side effects, including loss of libido. I even considered wearing adult diapers, even though I knew how humiliating that would feel. That's when my wife told me she saw a video online, a doctor showing something to do every night before bed, promising to restore prostate health in just a few weeks. At first, I was skeptical. I'd been dealing with this issue for years, but I decided to give it a try. For my wife, for myself, and for the life I want to live. And thank God I did, because it actually works. Today I have the flow and strength I had when I was young, all thanks to Dr. James's video.
At first, some of them even turned to medications, treatments, and creams, but they quickly realized that none of those things can actually restore the size of the prostate. But have you ever asked yourself, why do so many older men suffer from this problem. Has anyone ever explained to you the real cause behind prostate swelling? This swelling happens because of a hormone called dihydrotestosterone, or DHT, which is extremely important for us men from the time we're in our mother's womb, and especially throughout puberty. It's the hormone responsible for developing the penis and testicles, body hair, and also for prostate growth. But you might be wondering, how can a hormone that's so essential to masculinity end up nearly destroying it over the years? Researchers at Harvard University discovered that as we age, this hormone tends to accumulate in the prostate, and that's why it just keeps growing. The same study revealed that men who had to undergo an orchiectomy, that is, castration during childhood for medical reasons, do not develop BPH later in life. That's because this hormone, DHT, is produced from testosterone in a man's testicles. But don't worry, what you're about to learn here has nothing to do with any kind of castration procedure, quite the opposite. My goal is to show you how to reverse prostate swelling and regain your full masculinity. The mixture I'm about to share with you targets the root cause of the issue. It prevents the buildup of this hormone in your prostate, allowing it to gradually shrink back to its normal size. Scientists around the world are now confirming the effectiveness of this mixture, and urologists in several countries are already recommending it to their patients without hesitation. After all, we're talking about a 100% natural formula that works quickly and effectively, and I'm willing to bet you already have the ingredients right there in your kitchen. I've always included them in many of my meals myself. But before we go further, let me finally introduce myself. My name is James Muller. I'm from New York, and I'm a urologist and researcher with over 20 years of experience in the field. Back when I was studying for college entrance exams as a teenager, I was already interested in and believed in natural treatments and solutions for health. That's why, in 2020, I earned a specialization in applied naturopathy from the National University of Health Sciences in Lombard, Illinois. You might be wondering, what is applied naturopathy? Well, it's exactly the area I've always wanted to go deeper into, a branch of science that uses natural therapies and solutions based on nature itself. In it, we study and deeply understand the damaging hormone-suppressing effects of all the medications the pharmaceutical industry offers to men struggling with this issue. And it was thanks to years of study and dedication that this solution was discovered. I know how frustrated you must feel. You've probably been told that this is just part of getting older, that you need to learn to live with it for the rest of your life. Maybe they even suggested cutting out alcohol or coffee. But what I'm going to show you today takes a completely different path. No more myths, no more pills full of side effects, no more missing out on moments in your life because of an enlarged prostate. It doesn't matter how old you are or how long you've been dealing with this problem. Pay close attention to everything I'm going to teach you, and I promise you, you'll be able to urinate like you did when you were a teenager.
My doctor couldn't believe it when I came back for my routine exams and my prostate was completely back to normal. He had told me the only way that could happen was through surgery. I explained to him that what I did was much simpler. All I had to do was start doing this before bed, and little by little my prostate began to shrink while I slept. Both of my brothers followed the same steps, and now they're able to empty their bladders much more easily too. It's amazing to know that natural and effective solutions like this still exist. Otherwise, I would have spent the rest of my life dealing with the consequences of an enlarged prostate and taking serious risks. Everything changed after I watched Dr. James's video. Thank you so much for this solution. And if you can, watch the full video, it's absolutely worth it.
Most of the men I've worked with during this process were completely skeptical in the beginning after spending years on medications that were extremely harmful to male health. I always explain it to them like this. All of those medications only temporarily relax the canal that passes through the prostate. In other words, it's like a nasal decongestant. You spray something like Afrin in your nose, you breathe better for a while, but then it clogs right back up. So if you don't treat the real cause of the nasal blockage, you'll never experience a lasting improvement. And with the prostate, it's the exact same thing. The difference is that a nasal decongestant provides temporary relief without side effect. But medications like Proscar, finasteride, and dutasteride, which are widely prescribed by most urologists, are loaded with side effects that truly castrate, destroying a man's masculinity. In 2023, the American Urological Society conducted a study involving around 14,000 men who suffered from an enlarged prostate. That study revealed that over 60% of those men also experienced erectile dysfunction. That's because treating benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH, with these drugs directly affects libido, sexual performance, and and especially ejaculation, not just while taking the medication, but even after stopping it. It's what we call post-finasteride syndrome. In other words, you pay a high price for these meds. They give you some temporary relief, but before long, all those symptoms come right back, and on top of that, they bring a long list of side effects that damage your health and your masculinity. And it doesn't stop there. A study published in the British Medical Journal, which followed around 55,000 men with BPH over the course of 11 years, revealed that these medications increase the risk of developing diabetes. In other words, drugs like finasteride and dutasteride, which are supposed to treat just the prostate, ended up increasing diabetes risk by 35%. Now, do you see the importance and value of a natural solution? One that goes completely against all of these side effects. One that stands against the pharmaceutical industry, which makes billions every year just from prostate medications. The very fact that this video showed up for you already puts you one step ahead of so many men who still don't know about this simple, effective, affordable, and risk-free solution. For the industry, it's crucial that you keep needing more and more of these medications. Remember the example I gave about nasal decongestants? They bring temporary relief, but soon your nose gets congested again, making you use them over and over. The truth is, you need to prevent, fight, and reverse this condition before it gets even worse. You're about to discover a solution made from 3 simple, common ingredients that you probably buy every time you go grocery shopping. These ingredients have the power to restore your prostate to its ideal size in just a few weeks. They ensure you'll never again need to spend money on pills that destroy male virility. They'll also help you avoid ending up in an operating room undergoing aggressive procedures like a TURP, transurethral resection of the prostate, which carries a high risk of bleeding, since the prostate gland contains many blood vessels. In fact, some patients even require a blood transfusion. And that's not even counting the post-op recovery, which often involves pain, burning, and difficulty urinating. Are you curious to know what ingredients can reverse all of this and free you from these serious health complications? Well, the first one I've already told you about, pink salt. I'm going to show you exactly how pink salt, when combined into this simple mixture, can shrink your prostate back to normal size and free you once and for all from those constant dribbles, middle of the night bathroom runs, and even bring back your sex drive. Let's be honest, your wife already knows that your performance in bed isn't what it used to be. She misses that intense, satisfying sex, and every woman needs that in a relationship. With prostate problems, your little friend keeps getting weaker and you lose libido and stamina in bed with each passing day. But with this simple mixture, you can regain your self-esteem, your confidence, and your masculinity in just a few weeks, just like thousands of Americans already have. The reason you're going to the bathroom so often has nothing to do with your diet or genetic. All of those beliefs you've been told over the years only serve to make you accept this condition and waste a fortune on ineffective temporary pills that only mask the symptoms. More and more researchers now believe this is the most effective solution for benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH, because it has no side effects and tackles the root of the problem. If your prostate is already swollen to the size of a tennis ball, this mixture can help shrink it back down to its ideal size, about the size of a walnut, within just a few weeks. Remember, this mixture must be taken every night before bed, so it can work at the root of the problem while you sleep. In other words, you get your restful nights of sleep back and never have to deal with all that discomfort again. And you might be wondering, how can pink salt do that? What I'm about to reveal may be the turning point that finally lets you throw away all those castrating pills they've been prescribing you. After my patients started including this special mixture in their nightly routines, specifically before going to bed, their lives completely changed. So if you're looking for a real long-term solution, this is the only commitment you need to make during the process. You've probably heard of pink salt before, but what you may not know is that this ingredient contains an essential mineral that helps the body reduce inflammation, including the inflammation that directly affects your prostate over time. I'm talking about magnesium. This mineral is found in good amounts in pink salt, and studies have already shown that low magnesium levels are linked to a higher risk of abnormal prostate growth, especially after age 50. And it doesn't stop there. Pink salt contains plant-based compounds called phytochemicals, which help block the effects of dihydrotestosterone, DHT, the hormone that builds up in the prostate and causes swelling. On top of that, it's rich in essential fatty acids, which provide immediate relief from symptoms like dribbling, weak stream, and nocturia, all without side effect. That's because it has natural diuretic properties that help you fully empty your bladder, restoring the strong, steady stream you had back when you were a teenager. But here's the thing, it's not enough to just sprinkle pink salt on your meals. To shrink your prostate back to its normal size in just a few weeks, you need to combine pink salt with 2 other ingredients. The next ingredient I'm talking about about is pumpkin seed oil. Pumpkin seed oil might seem harmless, but it's proven to be highly effective in every clinical test conducted at Harvard's laboratory. That's because it contains a variety of protective compounds called phytosterols, which work to reduce prostate inflammation. Another reason pumpkin seed oil is so important in fighting this condition is its high zinc content. Zinc is an essential mineral in the treatment of BPH, not only helping to prevent further swelling, but also assisting in shrinking the prostate back down to its ideal size. A 2023 study conducted at Stanford University involving over 5,000 men with BPH found that all of them had low levels of zinc in their prostatic fluid. In other words, pumpkin seed oil helps restore those zinc levels, which directly impacts the health of your prostate. But, as I already told you, this formula isn't just about pink salt and pumpkin seed oil in bottled form. The third ingredient, which has shown powerful effects on enlarged prostate symptoms, was discovered by Johns Hopkins University. Impressive lab and clinical studies have demonstrated that flower pollen extract is highly effective at reducing overgrown prostate tissue and relieving urinary symptoms. A healthy prostate weighing less than 30 grams is a small gland that wraps around the urethra, the tube that carries urine from the bladder to the penis. Because of its location, even a relatively small swelling can block the urethra, reducing urinary flow and causing incomplete bladder emptying. Flower pollen extract has shown remarkable results in every test, outperforming any kind of prescription medication, and of course, without any side effects. Lab studies have confirmed that flower pollen extract acts exclusively on prostate cells, selectively inhibiting their growth. Everything I'm sharing with you here is the result of years of hard work, dedication, and research, a true compilation of the most cutting-edge knowledge modern medicine has uncovered about prostate swelling. Today, I can say with complete confidence that this formula is the ideal solution for an enlarged prostate, and it has the power to replace any of those castrating medications the pharmaceutical industry wants you to keep buying month after month. Imagine living the next few years able to fully empty your bladder, just like you did when you were young, with no effort and a steady, strong urine flow. Imagine sleeping through the night without having to get up to go to the bathroom, regaining your strength in the bedroom, and enjoying intimate, pleasurable moments with your wife again. This solution is simple, and you can easily add it to your daily routine right at home. As a professional, it's incredibly rewarding for me to see all of these results. Every bit of effort has been worth it. This formula has been prepared in liquid drop form, and in every test, that delivery method proved to be 47% more effective in nutrient absorption. In fact, a 2020 study from Johns Hopkins University showed that this extract is up to 4 times more effective than prescription medications like finasteride. Tests conducted on men with BPH revealed that 92% of them, after taking flower pollen extract combined with pumpkin seed oil and pink salt for 12 weeks, experienced a complete reduction in prostate size, a full reversal of the swelling. Even more impressive, their urine flow improved by up to 400%, all without any side effects. In another study by the same university, researchers followed men over 70 suffering from BPH and found that using just a few drops of flower pollen extract once per night for 12 weeks was enough to completely restore the prostate to its normal size. Ultrasounds conducted throughout the study also revealed that those who used the pollen extract were able to fully eliminate the residual urine that remained in the bladder after urination. This last finding is incredibly important because residual urine left in the bladder creates a high risk for serious infection, which can lead to major health complications. Flower pollen extract delivers powerful anti-inflammatory effect, which is extremely relevant because evidence shows that inflammation is a direct response to the excess of DHT, the hormone most responsible for prostate enlargement.
The flower pollen extracts work even better than prescription drugs like finasteride. To be honest, I never thought I'd have a healthy prostate again. This problem affected every part of my life, including my marriage. Anyone dealing with an enlarged prostate knows you completely lose your sex drive, and my wife really missed those moments of intimacy. For a long time, I felt unhappy and frustrated as a man because I couldn't satisfy her the way I used to. I never imagined that a random video would show up one day with the solution I'd been looking for. Now I'm back to urinating with a strong stream. I don't wake up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom anymore. And best of all, I'm enjoying intimate moments again with my beautiful wife. I have no words to thank you, Dr. James. Truly thank you so much. And to every man over 40. Don't give up. Follow Dr. James's steps, and you'll see your life is going to get so much better.
So our formula was built using the 3 most powerful ingredients for restoring prostate health. And once it was ready, tested, and proven effective, the first step was to submit it for approval by the FDA FDA and the American Urological Association, with the hope that it would be cleared for large-scale production. This way, we could make it accessible to men of all ages and backgrounds who want to reverse prostate swelling. And thank God, the approval process went quickly and smoothly. With both of the most important approvals in hand, we decided to name this formula Urofortis, the world's first and only 100% natural solution made from pink salt, pumpkin seed oil, and flower pollen extract, so that any man can say goodbye to all the symptoms of an enlarged prostate and in just a few days return to having a healthy, normal-sized prostate. In short, Urofortis brings together the three most effective natural compounds for full prostate restoration, eliminating the dribbling, incomplete emptying, infection risk, and bringing your prostate back to the same size it was when you were a teenager. We're talking about the purest pink salt extract, pumpkin seed oil, and highly concentrated flower pollen extract, scientifically proven to shrink the prostate and reverse the swelling at its root. These three natural ingredients work directly on the underlying cause, bringing back the comfort and well-being you've been missing. Urofortis was finalized and approved for sale in the United States at the end of 2024, with its formula 100% FDA authorized and encouraged. And even better, today you're receiving a few bottles completely free to test this solution you've been searching for. Sleep like a baby again. Regain the energy you had as a teenager with this side effect-free formula that's already being recommended by hundreds of men. Urofortis was developed to be as easy and convenient to use as possible. With a brand new biotechnology, all you need is one capsule a day for it to start working immediately on all your symptoms. We took care of everything so you could get the kind of results that no pharmacy drug could ever offer you. Honestly, in my entire career, I've never seen a formula this simple yet this powerful, especially because every other so-called solution out there is loaded with side effects and fails to actually reverse the condition. Not to mention the fact that everything they sell in pharmacies only makes you more dependent on those substances, forcing you to spend a ridiculous amount of money month after month. And over time, your prostate is only going to swell more and more, leaving you vulnerable to much more serious inflammations like hematuria, where you start urinating blood. This can easily send you into surgery, putting your life at serious risk. Urofortis was developed and tested to work for men of all ages, whether you've been dealing with this issue for 5 years or 20. With Urofortis, you'll start to get rid of the symptoms that are most affecting your quality of life within the first few days. And from there, you'll only get better, gradually regaining the health and vitality you had when you were younger. You'll no longer need expensive drugs loaded with side effects, and you won't have to worry about undergoing surgery either. I mean, just think about it, those aggressive procedures where they have to insert an endoscope through your urethra all the way to your prostate. Can you imagine anything more uncomfortable than that? We're living through a real epidemic of prostate problem because the pharmaceutical industry would never promote products like this. And if they ever did promote a solution like this, they'd surely slap a ridiculous price tag on each bottle so only wealthy men could afford it. That way, the rest of the population would stay stuck using the same ineffective drugs filled with side effects. But with this solution, you're finally guaranteed to live each day with lightness, freedom, and peace of mind. No more bathroom anxiety. No more feeling like you couldn't fully empty your bladder. You'll be free from all the dangers that come with an untreated, enlarged prostate. Infections, kidney damage, urinary stones, renal failure, and so many other serious complications that this swelling can trigger. Just think back to everything we talked about earlier. Your body has probably been sending you warning signs for a while now, and now is the right time to act. Imagine going to the bathroom and actually releasing a strong, powerful stream, finally feeling that complete relief for the first time in years. Say goodbye once and for all to the stress and discomfort of having to go to the bathroom all the time. Take back control of your life once and for all. Imagine reclaiming your masculinity even later in life. You no longer have to be a slave to your prostate. Urofortis works naturally as a true libido booster because, let's face it, erectile problems are directly tied to an enlarged prostate. So don't be surprised if in just a few days you start feeling your desire coming back, giving you more energy and performance in bed. At this point, you're probably wondering, how do I finally get my bottles of the revolutionary Urofortis and join the 14,574 men who've already taken back control of their bladders and their lives? It only takes one capsule a night, right before bed, and today I want to offer you something special, a gift, for sticking with me through this entire video. I know you might still be a little skeptical, and that's perfectly normal. That's why, just for today, I'm offering you a 60-day money-back guarantee. That means you'll have a full 2 months of coverage, and if, during that time, you decide to request a refund, you won't face any red tape or hassle. Your money will be 100% refunded. No hidden fees, no surprise charges, no recurring subscriptions. I'm personally inviting you to Urofortis risk-free if you don't start noticing real results within a few short weeks. box. Just contact our support team by email. We're available 24 hours a day to help you. Because at this point in the journey, with so many successful tests and life-changing results, we're confident Urofortis is going to completely transform your reality. Not only will you not ask for a refund, you'll actually be grateful for the years of peace and relief that this formula will bring into your life. This is your chance to join over 14,000 Americans who have already restored their prostate health, just like it was in their teenage years, and taken back full control of their lives without going through humiliating procedures. Now, you're probably wondering, how much does it cost to get a bottle of Urofortis only? Well, each drop in these bottles contains the purest, most concentrated forms of pink salt, pumpkin seed oil, and flower pollen extract sourced from premium, high-quality ingredients around the world. If we were to license this formula to the pharmaceutical industry, honestly, I don't even want to imagine how much they'd charge for a single bottle. But I don't want price to be the reason a man walks away from this video and misses out on this opportunity. Because each drop of this formula contains the complete combination of nutrients proven to eliminate all your prostate problems once and for all. And since you stayed with me until now, I just don't think it's fair to ask you to pay something like $300, even though this formula could truly give you a brand new life. And to be honest, even $300 doesn't come close to what you'd spend month after month on medications that only mask the symptom but never fix the actual cause. Not to mention the doctor visits, the tests, and even the painful procedures that are often required in more advanced cases of BPH. Even with all that in mind, you're not going to pay anywhere near that today, not even half of that. Because my mission is simple: to make this formula available to as many men as possible so we can finally put an end to this growing epidemic of prostate enlargement. But I'm also well aware of how badly Big Pharma wants this video to disappear. I've seen up close the embarrassing, humiliating situations that men go through when dealing with an enlarged prostate. And let me say this, that's not a lie. You don't deserve to live like that. The second price I considered for this formula, which, remember, you only need to take once a night before bed, was $150. But after doing a quick survey with men who follow my work online, I realized even that was still too much for many people. But let me be clear, if your goal is to actually shrink your prostate and not just manage the symptoms, you'll need at least 3 months of treatment to give your body enough time to reverse the swelling and restore your prostate to its healthy, natural size. And if you're looking for a permanent solution so you'll never have to worry about prostate treatments again, then I highly recommend going with the complete 6-month treatment. That way, you'll be giving your body the full support it needs to eliminate every last symptom, shrink your prostate back to a healthy size, and keep it from ever growing back again. I've worked hard to bring you the best treatment possible, something you've never seen before. That's why I created special discounted bundle, and it works like this. The more bottles you order, the bigger your discount. If you choose the 6-bottle bundle of Urofortis today, you'll be investing in your prostate health for the next several years for just $294 total. Now think about that for a second. We're talking about a life-changing solution that can save you from the most painful and devastating stages of prostate enlargement while also protecting you from all the dangerous side effects of conventional medications. And you'll get all of that in a simple and powerful capsule you only need to take once a day before bed. But here's the thing. This special discount is only available today, and there's one exception. If stock runs out while you're still watching this video, there's nothing I can do. The order button will disappear automatically, and you won't be able to place your order anymore. So if you still see the order button below, don't wait. On top of that, we're offering free shipping when you choose the 3 or 6 bottle package. Remember, this is a potent, proven, and science-backed formula that's already changing the lives of thousands of men across the country. And to make it even easier for you, I'm covering all the shipping costs myself. So now, just choose the package that makes the most sense for you. And right below this video, you'll be taken straight to the secure checkout page. Don't worry, this page is fully secure, protected by advanced technology to ensure the safety of all your information. Now, there's no doubt that this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to finally sleep well again, to completely empty your bladder when you go to the bathroom, and to free yourself from all the long-term risks of an enlarged prostate. You can place your order right now. It only takes a few seconds, and it's completely safe. Once completed, your order will arrive at your doorstep within just a few days. But remember, you need to act now. If you leave this page, it may never show up for you again. Thank you so much for watching all the way through, for taking time out of your day to go through this presentation. I truly hope I've answered all your questions and that you feel ready to take this definitive step. This could be the most important step of your life, the one that finally frees you from the side effects of prescription medication or the harsh procedures so many men go through simply because they don't know this solution exists. Remember, you're getting access to the most powerful and effective formula in the fight against BPH at an exclusive price, with free shipping, a rock-solid guarantee, and the chance to restore your prostate health in just a few weeks with only one capsule a day, taken at night. Thank you again for your time. I hope to hear about your experience with Urofortis very soon. Hey, it's James again. I've been getting a lot of common questions about Urofortis, so I want to take a moment to answer them for you now. The first question is from Daniel, 62. What exactly is Urofortis and how does it work? Urofortis is a 100% natural and completely safe supplement designed to support prostate health. Its ingredients work by fighting inflammation and balancing hormones, two of the main causes behind prostate enlargement. With consistent use, Urofortis helps shrink the prostate down to its ideal size, improves urinary flow, and helps you enjoy more restful nights. Next question is from Adam. 48. Is it safe to take Urofortis? Absolutely. Urofortis is made in FDA-registered facilities and uses only natural, clinically tested ingredients. It contains no stimulants, GMOs, or harsh chemicals. In fact, most men report noticeable improvements within just a few days of starting it. Third question from Richard, 52. How long does it take to see results? Many men notice improvements in urinary function and reduced discomfort within the first week. However, for more lasting results, we recommend using Urofortis consistently for at least 6 months. Fourth question from Derek. Can Urofortis interfere with my medication? Urofortis was formulated to be safe even for men who are already taking other medication. That said, if you're on regular prescriptions or have a medical condition, we always recommend checking with your doctor before starting any new supplement. Fifth question from Alan, 70. And what if Urofortis doesn't work for me? We're so confident in Urofortis effectiveness that we offer a 60-day money-back guarantee. If for any reason you're not satisfied, just contact us and return the product. We'll refund 100% of your money, no questions asked. Sixth question is from Linda, 52. James, my husband started taking Urofortis 2 weeks ago. We hadn't had sex in months, and now he's coming on to me at least twice a week. Is that from the supplement? Yes, and that's great news. While Prost Alpha Plus main goal is to reduce prostate size and support urinary health, many men report a natural boost in energy, overall well-being, and even sexual desire after just a few weeks of use. So yes, what you're seeing is actually a common and very welcome side effect. And now the last question from John, 54. How do I order Urofortis? That one's easy. Just click the button below and choose the package that works best for you as long as bottles are still in stock. Thanks for watching, and I hope to hear about your results very soon.